school and achieve victory. No man will take what my father has built unless that man is me. Welcome to our parents' basement, the only podcast where we will sing songs from Adam Sandler movies. Tonight with me is my man, Mr. Nikon.
What's
Say
up,
something
guys?
to the camera. And
Hello
my
to the
man,
camera. How are you?
and my other man, Zach Z.
Ground control to Major Tom.
We're
Okay,
staring out the door. We'll sing other songs later. You just stand by.
Hey, you know what? It was in Mr. Deeds.
Oh, it was Deeds. Well done. Well done. All right, guys. Well, we're here tonight. Just gonna visit with you. We're a man shy. This the other gentleman that's usually with us, Mr. Cashel. He's watching somebody get married, so he couldn't make the show. I guess you got to have priorities, you know, travel and family and whatnot.
You know what? We're taking a week vacation, each of us. We're just doing it one at a time.
There you go. We're taking a week off. We're trying out the different flavors. See what works. So, anyways, tonight, around the country, all around the country, especially where I'm from in Arkansas, we sent the kids back to school this week. Well, we thought this might be a cool time to share a little bit with y'all about some memories or we'll wax poetic about the schoolyard days. So,
That don't sound right.
What's that?
That don't sound right.
Oh, okay. We'll just talk about schoolyard days. We won't wax anything on the schoolyard because I'm pretty sure you get arrested for that. One of the three of us may or may not have a record and can't go near city parks, churches, or elementary schools. I'm just throwing that out there. So, anyways, it's that time of year again where kids all over the country, they get together, or they say they get together. Their parents take them shopping. They go out, they get those new clothes, they get all those new supplies, they get ready, all the new sparkly stuff, and headed back to school. Either one of you guys got any real first day of school memories that you might want to throw out there for us?
I hurt my leg before the first day of school, or first day of high school.
Like first day of ninth grade high school, or senior year? Or?
First day of ninth grade.
Huh.
Yeah, the day before I was on my skateboard and just twisted my leg.
So you limped in the first day.
Yep.
Way to set make an impression, I guess. Captain X Games there broke his leg right before he made it to high school. Way to go.
It didn't break. It just
this
sprained.
is for man, it's like a 10-year-old story. Tell the story. You broke the bone was sticking out, wasn't it?
No.
No, okay. He won't even embellish. He won't. My man's honest. He won't even lie. A little bit just for entertainment. What about you, Charles? You got any?
First day of going to school, going to kindergarten, was way back 1985, way back then. They had AM and PM kindergarten. AM kindergarten was all the Spanish language classes. So my dad took me there. You got to come back here later. You got to come back around noon. That's when your kindergarten actually starts. So first day of school, I was early. We started at 9 back then, so it was 4 hours early, 3-4 hours early.
So no joke, in Chicago, wherever you went to high school, they had went to elementary or kindergarten, I guess. They only had it for half a day.
Yeah, they had half day kindergarten.
Sweet baby Jesus.
But they divided it by language?
Yeah, they had your first half that where my teacher was. She did Spanish, then she did the English speakers later half of the day, and I'm sure there are at least 2 Polish language kindergartens too.
You see,
that's awesome.
That's interesting because my school had a AM PM kindergarten class, but there was no language separation.
So I'm the odd one. I thought we went to kindergarten, you just went to school. They dropped us off at 8 in the morning and picked us up at 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah, you go.
That's awesome. We had nap time and snacks and we made drums out of oatmeal cans. Macaroni numbers.
Play with Legos, pick your nose.
Yeah, eat glue. It wasn't me, but the dude at the table with me, he ate glue, and I thought that was the weirdest thing ever, man. I thought this dude's crazy. he might cut me. He's eating and like, you know, when you're little, like little bitty, like under 5, you're the only people you hang out with really is your parents, right? So whatever they call stuff, that's what you call it. Like I had colors. I had a box of crayons now, but thought they were colors. Like, we're gonna color. I go get the colors. So I get the colors, and people are like, "Will you hand me that crayon?" I'm like, "What's a crayon?" Like, that thing that's a color. Oh, you want one of the colors? All right, here you go. Stuff like that. That's one of the things, like, even when I was 5 years old, really stands out to me. One of the few memories I guess I have. So I didn't know what the word crayon meant when I went to kindergarten.
We had those. I had those big fat crayons in kindergarten.
See, I had the big fat colors.
Or colors.
Yeah, that's what.
I don't know. I had the sniffy pens.
Oh, the
Mr. Stench.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The ones
one of those for his birthday. The big markers that smell like bananas and feet.
Yeah,
I
where
was a cool kid who got those.
where you would come home and your parents would wonder what the hell were you just.
Why do you have green around your nostril? Said because I like sour apple.
I was sniffing markers. The whole safety things back, definitely when Trip and I were in school were whole different things. And for the first, our kindergarten assembly, we're doing the 1 little, 2 little, 3 little angels. Our outfit was a white garbage bag, which we put over ourselves, just a little just soot cut over the head, and a clothes hanger, a wire clothes hanger with like little Christmas garland around it. We had that on our heads.
So hold on, now we got to back up again. Now this is another cultural difference. You being from Chicago, me being from the South. You did 1 little, 2 little, 3 little angels.
Yeah, for Christmas.
Oh, okay, it was just for Christmas. So y'all did do like the 1 little, 2 little, 3 little Indians, right?
Yeah, we did that. We sat Indian style on the floor.
They don't sit Indian style anymore. It's crisscross applesauce. We don't want to offend anybody.
Yeah, I mean, when I was in school, it kind of flip-flopped. Didn't really matter which one.
So that's like the mid-'90s was about where it was, right? That's where the... Huh.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, it was pretty much just like what your teacher was saying. That's pretty much it. And where the kids would still refer to it as another style, and nobody gave a shit.
Right. Well, in my house, we sit... I don't care. We just sit down.
We just sit down.
Yeah, we just sit down. Just call it whatever you want to. Anyways, I mean, like, one of the first days of school, the first day of my senior year really stands out to me because I was kind of an idiot, believe it or not. And I was on the basketball team, and I was the senior class president and stuff like that. And so I was very was out there just doing whatever. I didn't care what anybody thought, kind of. I showed up. Everybody else is fresh pressed. They got their best clothes on for the first day of school because that's what you did. I showed up wearing a cutoff, like a sleeveless T-shirt, like a true redneck would, and yeah, basketball shorts, flip flops, and a camo like a Desert Storm looking hat. Had the brim all the way around, like those special forces or something. Yeah, they thought they pulled it out in front of everybody because they thought it was Turp's an idiot. Look at him go. And yeah, that's like one of my memories. That I got publicly shamed because I dressed like a fool.
But were you comfortable?
Oh man, extremely. Well, when I was in high school, and especially being from a really small town, like I graduated with 56 people, and that was the biggest class to come through Izzard County Consolidated ever. Until they probably had a bigger class since then, but 56 people was it. Anyways, basketball is life. So I showed up at school ready to put my basketball shoes on and play basketball. That was it. That's all I wanted to do. So that's most of my memories from school, maybe not even first day, but just like high school, involved me playing basketball or going to a basketball game, or we were sitting in the bleachers in the gym or stuff like that. Because I was that guy. I was the one that was basketball was life.
Nice.
But, go ahead.
I'll say I only did one sport in high school. That was senior year. I did cross country. So running.
Man, that's because they didn't have a cycling team.
Yeah. CPS did not have any cycling teams at all. And they're starting to get some track teams now for on the velodrome.
Mm-hmm.
Which if they had that, I would have done that. But yeah,
That's amazing, like the stuff even like around here. You know, like I do live in rural Arkansas, and a lot of the stuff that is offered now, like the high school that I went to, I didn't even have trig in high school. Like trigonometry wasn't even offered because there wasn't enough kids that would fill a class. Like we took the geometry, and that was about as advanced as we got, and algebra too. So, but
You guys talked about sports a little bit. I mean, I did actually do track and field one year in middle school, but I quit that because I wasn't a long distance runner, and they kept making me do the long distance runs.
how far were they making you do?
I remember at the meets I was doing all the long races.
Like the
like the
4,000
1600
meters?
The 4 meters, a mile. And
Dude, cross country we ran about 3.5, 4 miles.
like I said, I'm not. I am personally not a. I'm not a long runner. I'm more of a sprinter.
So can you take on Usain Bolt?
No, not that type. And I wanted to do more of the field part of track and field, honestly.
So, like throwing the javelin and the shot put and.
Yeah, the long jumps and stuff.
Well, you look too small to do the shot put. You seen those guys who do that shot put?
well, hold on.
No.
There's a big difference between doing it and being good at it.
Yeah, those guys who do it those aren't small dudes.
No. We had a track team, and our track team consisted of the basketball team in the off season. So, and it was just because the school wanted to have a track team. Our coach told us, "Well, y'all are the track team. Congratulations." So you had to run an event, and if you were big enough to throw something, you had to throw something. So I did. I did shot put, and I was not good at it, and I ran the 400 meters. I got like 5th at one meet. That's about as good as I got on the 400 meters, and I never placed in the shot put.
Huh.
But it's
And other than that, in freshman year, I went and did golf.
I was on the golf team in high school too, because believe it or not, I do play golf. I'm not good, but I play golf.
Yeah, my school didn't have a golf team. They used to have golf teams back in the day, but
Really?
yeah,
Izzard County Consolidated had something that one of the schools in the Chicago School District didn't have. That's crazy.
yeah. Lakeview didn't have a golf team.
Huh. They didn't have a football team.
Yeah, they had a football team.
Every school in America has a football team except for these little schools in Arkansas, I swear. The girls didn't have a volleyball team. Most of the time, the girls didn't even have a softball team because there wasn't enough that wanted to play. And you had to worry if somebody got pregnant, you had to forfeit the season because you didn't have enough players.
Did it happen quite a lot down there?
One of the schools in that we played against in high school, the girls team one year had to forfeit because, no joke, they only had 6 players and 2 of them got pregnant.
Oh God.
Oh, wow.
Talk about like this is like rural Illinois. The Hebron, Illinois. Their team won the boys basketball championship in 1952. The thing about them, they only had 5 players on the team,
Wow.
and they won.
Those kids were in shape.
Yeah, but so going like starting your first day of school, what kind of like what was your go to school supply that you guys had to get?
Man, when I was little, we a lot of people listen. If you're in your 30s, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Lisa Frank folders. It was like the loudest, most obnoxious colors and designs and stuff. That you of course you got your Trapper Keeper. You needed your Trapper Keeper. You put stickers all over that. You put your Lisa Frank binders in there. You had some puffy stickers on there too because well that's what we did. And that was always the coolest thing you got because it had all your that was your outside appearance. That's what you had for every class was your Trapper Keeper. So you had to make it look badass.
And you had to take your time picking out the right design on the Trapper Keeper for that year.
It was important.
Yeah. You get the guy on the windsurfboard or the guy on the skateboard, or the guy on the BMX bike, jumping through a window or something like that.
I think you definitely had to pick it was one of the extreme sports that like nobody I knew did. Like nobody had. I bought or my parents got me a Bart Simpson skateboard one year because I thought I wanted to skateboard, and I lasted for about 7 minutes of me busting my butt, and now I don't need a skateboard. So, but of course you had the guy doing the hand plant, on the vert ramp.
Oh yeah.
So that was on every folder, I think.
I think I had a few of those. You had the dragons.
I was big into dinosaurs, so there's a lot of fluorescent dinosaurs in my life.
Oh yeah. I remember something else. Something I had. I forget what I had. The coolest pencil box ever. It was a Voltron pencil box.
Oh.
And it had these buttons on. So you push a button, eraser would pop out. Push another button, pencil sharpener would pop out. Push another
Like
button,
out of the side?
Yeah, out of the side.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, I wish I still had that.
It's like a Swiss Army pencil box.
Yeah.
Like you pushed another button, a spoon came out, tweezers came out.
Something like that. Knife comes out. What?
Because every 6-year-old needed a bottle opener.
Oh yeah. As you chug your beer bag, but oh god, what else was there?
I mean, when the pencils, like back in the day, we had you didn't just go get your just a single colored pencil. No, you got the pencils that all had the basketball teams is a big one for me. The NBA always had one, and you get those, or the NFL, you get those pencils, and you'd make them last as long as you could because I would stab somebody over the Miami Dolphins pencil or the Chicago Bulls pencil.
And you got the which one? The one I had it was a silver reflective one. I think that's one of them was pretty badass.
And that was like a fun little shopping trip that you got to take the week or 2 weeks before school started or whatever. My mom would take us to the store and we'd get to pick stuff out because you had to have it and it was all the same price, whether you got just the regular old, it might have been a nickel more to get the sports teams or whatever. You had to have pencils, you had to have the colors, you had to have the folders. So you got to go shopping for your own stuff and like you got to show your personality through your school supplies. It was really cool. And of course, there was a time that came along that Mario was on everything. About the time I was in probably 4th or 5th grade, that would have been about 1990, 89, 90. Mario was on everything. So of course, young Jason got to take advantage of that and have Mario folders and Mario calendars and Mario whatever I could find. It was a good time. It was a good time to be a young man.
I don't think I had too many Mario folders. I don't remember that.
I distinctly remember one year I had a Mario and a Zelda folder. Those were two that were, and I liked the Adventure of Link. When I was a kid, I didn't like the first Zelda, so if it looked like that, I was kind of like, meh. But if it just had like the Zelda, like said Zelda on it, I was cool. Like that's Adventure of Link, obviously.
It's not the other one.
it's not the
one that people
OGs.
actually liked.
What's that, Zach?
The one that people actually liked.
Yeah, it wasn't that one. It was the Zelda 2, the one that I liked.
Yeah, but I also talk about Mario. I remember I did have a Mario keychain. This big freaking plastic Mario, just about like probably 3-4 inches wide, 4 inches high. When I first got my keys, that was the first keychain I had on them.
That's awesome.
Man. My first keychain was a Pokemon card. And not long after that.
No.
Not long after that, Pokemon cards got banned in my school.
Really? They banned Pokemon cards?
Yeah. Because apparently people were getting them stolen. And this was when I was around 2nd grade.
Were you the one stealing Pokemon cards, Zach?
No.
That no came too quickly. I don't know if I necessarily believe you. See, he's stuttering. He was stealing the Pokemon cards in 2nd grade.
No.
But yeah, I don't think we ever had a Pokemon issue in my school.
Well,
but when were you in 2nd grade? What year was that?
Jeez. What year would that be? God damn it, this involves maths.
Trying to figure out the timeline for this, but
Uh-oh, I think Turf's frozen.
Is he? Yeah, looks like he's. Anyway,
Ugh.
that's what Pokemon does to you. It freezes your computer.
Oh, there he is again. Now we got two
Sorry about that,
Turfs.
guys. Had a little internet hiccup.
Yep, we see.
So, Zach did not steal the Pokemon cards in second grade. I believe him now. But yeah, as I said, Pokemon was never a big thing in my school.
Yeah, but you gotta remember when I was in elementary school, that's when it hit.
Yeah.
So everybody was
Pokemon was
into it.
aimed right at Zach. I mean, it hit him right between the eyes. He was the perfect age when Pokemon got big.
Yeah.
Me and we were already past it. Like we might have dabbled in it when nobody was looking, but he was the prime target.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
what is this shit?
I'll admit, it's still partially my Achilles heel.
There's nothing wrong with that, dude. Nothing wrong with that at all. So that's kind of like going back to the Pokemon card thing. You said because people were stealing them. Is that why?
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, what the heck?
Wow, I just joined the call. All right, and I'm out. That was weird. Anyways, so going kind of on that same line, you remember like back in the day when you're out in the playground, lunchroom, or whatever, when you had time to talk to your friends, you got to talking to them about goofy stuff, about anything, and like games came up. How many how many weird, just goofy things did you hear on the play that you can remember that are just complete bullshit from back in the day?
It was always a classic. You could shoot a dog in Duck Hunt.
Oh, everybody heard that.
And someone said they had a friend who did it, and the dog popped out in a swing and crutches.
That's a good one. That took it to the next level. But I mean, I think everybody had that you could shoot the dog in Duck Hunt.
Oh man, for me, again, Pokemon, it was the Mew under the truck. If Cashel was here, he'd be saying the same thing probably.
The Mew under the truck.
Yeah. In the original Pokemon games, there was a boat area that you can only access once. Once you get to a certain point in there and leave, you won't be able to go back into that area. However, if you have the move that will allow you to cross water, you'll find that there's a truck in there. So that became kind of the big myth was that Mew was under the truck.
Okay.
And that was the only way to get that Pokemon.
And so he wasn't under the truck.
Right.
Okay.
That's been disproven.
Okay.
Like in music and everything else, there's these urban legends, but we have our own. I mean, something like that a lot of people knew about. The Mew under the truck. Of course, I mean, like I said, it missed us, but obviously you said it was like a big deal, right? Like it wasn't just you and your friends, or heard some variation of it. That was a widespread urban legend, right?
Oh yeah, that definitely was. And another thing, at least for kids my age, was Dragon Ball Z was a big thing back then. So like one of the big things was all the different Super Saiyan forms that people would spread around. It's like, oh, they're Super Saiyan 6. There's Super Saiyan God, which is now a thing apparently.
That's like we had stuff like there was a lot of that people like might have caught a piece of, but then they just completely embellished on it. Like the Super Saiyan, obviously, there was like level 1, 2, 3, whatever. He went Super Saiyan's got a tail and he turned red and whatever
Super
else.
Saiyan X.
Yeah, and like kids saw that and I'm probably guilty of it too. I probably just don't remember it. But I'm sure I did and just embellished a story somewhere along the way. So I mean, I had a kid one time that he told me that you could predict the weather by looking at the stars, and he would there was like triplets or something about constellations. If the one arm was up on the left triplet, then it was going to rain, and just like you're like, oh really? Well, then when you're in like first grade, you're like, hey, okay, and then you go tell your mom about it, like, no, that's no such. Let me explain to you how stars work. So
let's face it doesn't matter who you are. When you're a kid, you're an idiot.
Oh, you're a moron. Kids are just they're. Wait till you get your own. Then you can realize how dumb they really are. And I say dumb. They're inexperienced. They're gullible. You know, they can figure out problems, but they'll believe anything. Especially if your daddy tells you something, it's the word of God. Let me tell you, it's the gospel truth.
But talk about urban legend. I remember when I was, pretty much 7th, 8th grade, that there's some guy dressed as Homie the Clown running around kidnapping kids.
Who?
You gotta look up for Homie the Clown. You're walking down
Homie
the
don't
street.
play that. So Zach, you don't know who Homie the Clown is, right?
Nope.
All right, there was another show. I guess they came on Fox, right? Living Color.
Yeah.
It came on Fox. It was a sketch comedy show like Saturday Night Live. It was the Wayans brothers that put it on. Keenan Ivory Wayans was he ran the show. So Damon Wayans had a character on there called Homie the Clown, which he was kind of like the stereotypical black urban ghetto type clown, and he would hit kids with a sock filled with rocks, and say, "Homie, don't play that."
Wow. Definitely times were even different then.
Oh, dude. No, see, now, you say times weren't really... This was when you were a kid. You just missed this. This was going on in your lifetime. This is probably 95 or so, I would guess.
About.
You need to, after the show, get on YouTube, and you need to check out Homie the Clown, and check out Fire Marshal Bill. Jim Carrey was on this show, too.
Let me tell you something.
He had a character called Fire Marshal Bill that was all burned up, and yeah, it's good stuff, dude. It's you need to check Homie the Clown and Fire Marshal Bill out, just for culture.
Oh yeah, but Trevor, what other urban legends?
I had one that a kid told me one time that if you got far enough in duck hunt, that there would be a rhinoceros that ran at you that you had to shoot before it ran into you. So that was a cool one.
But there is no rhinoceros in duck hunt.
Are you sure?
I don't think I've gotten that far yet.
There was a lot. Yeah, that's what it is. You just hadn't got that far. There was a lot of I say, like, not just getting away from urban legends, but just when not everybody we didn't have the internet. So if you got any tips on how to beat a game, it was from your buddy.
Yeah.
And that was because he had Nintendo Power. He was playing with Power.
Or
so you would get tips and stuff from that guy. Like I had a friend tell me when I was little, I was trying to beat Dracula on Castlevania. And I was just telling him I was going to beat Dracula because I still hadn't made it to Dracula, but obviously I wanted to know how because I just got there and couldn't beat him. So just to make the story good. So he was telling me that you could use the boomerang, and I distinctly remember this. He said you could use the boomerang and that would cool his jets. Well, Eddie, those are the words. All right.
I'm assuming by boomerang he means the cross.
Yeah, it was a boomerang. Yeah, the cross, whatever. And it was the 1987 Castlevania game. Okay, in about 1988, Nintendo came out with this official player's guide. It was a black book about yay big, and it had stuff from different tips on how to beat different games and walkthroughs and stuff like that. If you go to Castlevania and you see how to beat Dracula in that book, it uses the words, use the boomerang to cool his jets. So he went home, he looked, and told me what the book came back and told me the exact words the book had to say. Yeah, I've got that. I wish I'd have got that out beforehand because I didn't even think about it. But yeah, I've got that around here somewhere.
Nice.
That's one of my favorites because his name was John Hill. John Hill, if you're listening, you have one of my fondest memories, sir.
Aw. But I remember me and one of my friends, we would make these. We would record these tapes, audio tapes of us playing the game and doing our own bullshit tips.
Oh, really? Like Let's Plays?
Yeah.
Like the audio only Let's Play.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
My God, it's just a P-Wing secret here, and there's somewhere. I think I still got remnants of them somewhere.
Oh, I smell iTunes release.
I gotta find them if I, didn't record over them like, stuff on the radio.
That's cool, man.
Back in the old days, when we whippersnappers, we didn't have YouTube to listen to a song. We heard a song on the radio. We had to push record real quick, and then stop it, at the right time. Or just record hours of the radio. So we just get that one song we wanted to record.
And then you listen to it over and over.
Yes. Yes.
So, more school time fun, I guess. Like I said earlier, we were getting school supplies, and we got lunch boxes.
Oh yeah.
Back in the day, lunchbox was a big deal. That was a commitment you had to carry every day for a year. So that was a big decision. I had some of my. I wish I still had them. I had a Mario Brothers lunchbox with a thermos, which the company Aladdin made all these. It was a plastic thermos and the plastic lunchbox with a sticker on the front of it. That was all it was. One year I had Mario. One year I had Dino Riders. I don't know if y'all remember Dino Riders.
Vaguely.
It was a cartoon where people got sent to they got crash landed on a planet, and somehow they harnessed the power of the dinosaurs. And the bad guys were using the carnivorous dinosaurs like Tyrannosaurus Rex and stuff like that. And the good guys were riding on the back of the Brontosaurus, and they were just their friends. So, anyways, it was an awesome cartoon. It was a good time. And I had the lunchbox. That was one of my favorites. I wish I still had that.
I had I don't really only had one lunchbox. We had school lunches there, so that's what I mostly had. But I had it was a metal Indiana Jones and a Temple of Doom lunchbox.
Ooh, color me jealous.
Which I still have that lunchbox somewhere.
No shit.
And the thermos.
That's
somewhere.
Awesome.
It may be sitting in the garage, kind of rusty, but I still have it. It's in pretty good condition. It's not beat up too much, but...
A few years ago, I got into buying those old lunch boxes just because it was cool to have them. I've got a Pee Wee Herman one, or Pee Wee's Playhouse one that looks like it's brand new. I've got a He-Man one I think the He-Man one's metal actually. And I did have a Star Wars or Empire Strikes Back one with a match with the thermos. It's come up missing. I had 5 or 6 that I would find at junk stores and stuff, and I loved them. It's just fun. It's like cool memories.
I remember the lunch boxes. The inside they had a little outline of where the thermos goes.
Yeah. Well, so it wouldn't rattle around in there. Yeah,
but it's just a drawn outline. It's not actually holding it.
Oh.
It's a little painted line. Thermos goes here. But another thing about Pee Wee's Playhouse. This is my first grade teacher.
Okay.
Oh, do you have something to say, Zach?
Well, I had a Godzilla one.
Oh, you had a Godzilla one? That's the only one you had?
Yeah, that's the only one I remember actually getting. All the other ones were the floppy one, or the foam ones.
Okay. Oh, the little foam. Oh yeah,
well,
you were in that age where the plastic ones were on the way on. You had those little foam thermal ones to keep everything at a nice temperature because you don't want foodborne illnesses.
Yeah.
We would have like a grilled cheese sandwich sitting in there, or like a ham and cheese sandwich sitting in a lunchbox all day. Especially when you go to summer camp, you'd sit in there all day in that hot heat, and we'd eat it still, and we're fine. But, lose turf again?
I think we did.
Oh, God. So.
Oh, man. But, yeah, that was my one Aladdin lunchbox, or type of lunchbox.
Okay. But,
and there he is again.
Gentlemen, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened.
Well, Zach had a Godzilla lunchbox.
Was it the cartoon Godzilla, or was it
I'm trying to remember. I think it was right before the 2000 movie that ruined everything.
Godzilla was a
that's
chick
not
and she was
Godzilla.
pregnant because Ferris Bueller used a pregnancy test on her.
Something like that.
Yeah. And I was just talking with him about how that was his last lunchbox. He went to the foam lunchboxes.
The thermal ones.
The thermal ones.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I say we didn't have those. We had a ham and cheese sandwich sitting in like a metal lunchbox with no ice pack all day.
And we turned out fine.
Yeah.
By golly.
Why is your eye going to the side?
Well, that may be why.
But Oh, what else was there? I remember when we were old enough to get pens. We could take an ink pen to school.
How cool was it when you got the pen that had like there was one that started off had 4 colors on it.
Oh, those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody was posting about that earlier on Facebook. Shoot.
Yeah, you could push down like it had green and blue and red and
Red,
black,
yeah.
and then you got the one that was like it was like 8 inches or a foot long, and it had like 20 different colors on the end of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
They
Of course, you tried to press them all
out.
down. Yeah.
And then,
That was the coolest piece of school supply ever in the
Then
history of mankind.
How about the pencils, the little tips that you could pull out and push in the top and they keep dropping out? Do you remember those?
Mechanical pencil?
No, it's not the mechanical pencil. It's a pencil that had little tips, maybe about quarter of an inch
Oh,
long.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh,
it
yeah,
had like
those.
little cartridges. And
Yeah.
you pulled the eraser off and you put the little cartridge thing in there. It was
Yeah,
like a piece
and
of
the next one
plastic and had
pops
the lid
out.
on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where when you were done, you would put it in the bottom of it, or in the top of it, I guess, to push out the next one.
Yeah. I'll just take, even though that pencil didn't break, I just keep pushing them in. And I'll keep coming in and out.
Yeah, and actually another thing, I had a pen. It actually came with the computer software called KidsPix, and where basically it was a pen that had a rumble feature in it.
You had a what?
Rumble feature.
A Rumble feature?
Rumble.
Oh, Rumble. Okay.
Yeah, basically you would turn it on, and where it had a device that you could actually see spinning around that was weighted. So when you went to write, it would get all squiggly, and we lost turf again.
Huh. Anyway, but yeah, that's pretty cool.
Oh, there we go.
I never had anything like that. No Rumble feature pens. But
It was
God.
a good time, man. Back in the day, it was a good time. You got to go buy stuff. You got to have news. You got to express yourself in your own little nerdy way.
Yeah, and most of that stuff you had only really mattered for the first week of school. And the rest of the school year's like, who cares?
Oh, without a doubt.
But yeah. So you guys got any other school memories from way back?
Man, I back in the day, I loved school. I loved high school. I loved elementary school. It was cool to say that you didn't like school, but it was my favorite. I got to go hang out with my friends and do whatever. It was great. So I always look forward to that first day of school. I never had that problem of my mom dropping me off and me just longing for summer. So that's like my biggest. I really, if I could go back to high school, I'd do it again. A lot of people, it's really tough for a lot of people. They're awkward. They have to deal with bullies and things like that, and it's not a good time for them. I freaking loved it. I'm not really the guy that peaked in high school. I don't think that's the best I'll ever was or I'll ever be, but it was possibly the best time of my life, if that makes any sense. There was no stress. The only thing I worried about was sports. Classes were easy. They were for me anyhow. So I loved high school, and if I could go back to that time of my life, I absolutely would in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I got a story from elementary school.
Uh-oh.
Lay it out there, brother.
It's actually pretty hilarious, I think. All right. Now, of course, you're in elementary school. You're going to be doing the plays that your whole class does.
Okay.
My 4th grade class, we did a Christmas play, and where I was playing Santa, and where we did the whole show for the parents, and then it was like the next day we do the show for the whole school. Near the end of it, I was saying my lines, and where suddenly my pants dropped.
No, you're making that up.
No, I'm dead serious about that.
That's classic. Because every other kid in your 4th grade class goes, remember that time that kid's pants fell down? Zach's pants fell down during the Christmas play. He was Santa Claus.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that saves it, at least from embarrassment, is the fact that I had regular jeans on under under the prop pants.
Oh,
Oh,
But still, it's funny when somebody's
oh,
pants
that is funny.
go and drop.
You could have just
Hey,
hoped for
yeah.
heart-shaped boxers. That's
Oi.
you know that our kindergarten play. We did the Thanksgiving play with the Pilgrims and the Indians, as you will, or as kids did. I guess that's probably offensive now, but we had the buckles on. I was an Indian. I had a Quaker oatmeal thing with a like a balloon or something strapped across the top of rubber band to it, so it could be a drum. Anyways, I got in trouble because there was a kid. His name was Brandon something or other. I can't remember. He was blonde, had blonde curly hair, and he could cross his eyes, and that was really funny to me in kindergarten. So we were back there behind the curtain waiting to go out, and I lost my shit because Brandon's crossing his eyes. Absolutely lost my shit. Teacher had to come over there and get on to me because I was like, I was bordering on peeing in my pants laughing so hard because Brandon wouldn't quit crossing his eyes. And anyway, so I got in trouble on the parent night of my play.
Oh. Oh. I don't think I have any stories like that.
How's those plays you had to do in school? They sucked, but looking back on them, it's kind of funny.
Well, I did get in trouble once for we're doing a Halloween song. We're doing some song Halloween Moon. So I thought it'd be funny to howl like a dog doing the Halloween Moon part. And the music teacher's like, "Who's doing that? What's going on?"
That was Timmy. Timmy did that definitely. It was not this guy. It was definitely Timmy. That little Timmy kid. He's an asshole.
Yeah, Timmy.
Yeah.
Live it alive.
Down the well.
But yeah, high school memories for me. I got because I went to Lakeview High School, which was only about half a mile from Wrigley Field. So Fridays during the last part of the school year, every other week we'd get out at like 1:00, and the Cubs game started at 2:00. So I just leave school, go to the Cubs game.
That's so cool, man. That's one thing I definitely. I mean, there was a lot of good things growing up where I did, but not growing up in a city, stuff like that is that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I would not eat lunch a couple days during that week, and just so I have money for Cubs tickets and a hot dog and a pop. So.
How much was a Cubs ticket then?
I got Upper Deck Reserves day of game. They're like $6.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool, man. That's just a good time. That's good memories is what that is.
Oh yeah. That's my senior year of high school.
Well, guys, I guess we're kind of getting close to time. Is there anything else, any other big memories or big things from high school that y'all would like to point out?
One of the things I always remember doing is just playing cards during lunch. And one of the big games was Uno that we would play. And we would always play with the rule where with draw twos and draw fours, you could just add another one and where it'd pile on for the next person.
Stacked.
Yep.
That's what we called it.
So we would get like up to like 20 cards that somebody would have to draw.
Just boom, draw 4, boom, draw 4.
Yeah, no, I'll play reverse so it goes back to you. Then I play draw 2 for the next person.
That's a wonder that didn't end up in a fist fight.
I think by the end everybody was just laughing so hard that nobody was able to fight at all.
That's funny, dude.
Yeah, we did that during when we had our division time or homeroom time. We'd play Uno sometimes, especially during the when we had the longer days. Normally it's like 10-15 minutes, but I think once a week it was like 30 minutes. So
okay, y'all, when you say these division classes or whatever, like, okay, you got up, you went to school. What was the first thing you did when you got to school?
well, I'm there early. I just hang out in the cafeteria.
Okay.
That's
and then you hang out in the cafeteria, and then you 8 o'clock the school bell rings. You go to homeroom, right?
Well, first period.
First period?
Yeah, which is whatever the class was. Most of the time it was English. I think all the years it was English was my first class.
Oh, that's a terrible way to start the day.
Yeah, it kind of sucks because you already speak English.
Yeah.
So it should have been an easy class.
I
So-
remember during high school, like twice it was art for me.
Yeah, so our homeroom or division period, that was after third period.
Huh. Well, when I started off in high school, we had 6 or 7 periods through the day, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you went to your homeroom first for like 10 minutes, and then you went to your first period class. They did like attendance and whatever else crap they did, first thing in the morning. And then you gathered your crap and you went to your first period class. And then when I got older, we did something like it was called block scheduling. They thought they were getting us ready for college. We'd do 2 classes in the morning, 1 in the afternoon that were hour and a half apiece, and then you would have you only did that for a semester. And then the next semester you got new classes. So we had that, and then the last 2 were the regular 1-hour classes, which the entire my first junior high, it was always the right before lunch I was in basketball practice, and then when I got to high school it was always the last period of the day at 2:20 to whenever they decided to turn us loose. It might have been 5 o'clock at night. It was basketball practice, so. That was like I said before, that was some of the best times of my life. I really enjoyed the old back to school goodness, the all the ritual and that came along with it. The new clothes, the new school supplies, the getting the first day of school and kind of strutting around like a peacock. So
haircut.
What's up, girl? How you doing? I got my shiny shirt on. How you feeling? So,
I've got my sleeveless shirt off and my basketball shorts on.
that's how I rolled, dude. Everybody knew how Turf rolled. He was about to play some basketball. He wasn't that good at it, but he was ready.
Ready to make the school proud.
That's right. Home of the Cougars, son.
Lakeview Wildcats.
Holla.
Lakeview Wildcats.
That's awesome. That's what I should have. I should have got my annual out and shown you my high school picture.
That's me right there.
Oh, come on, focus.
Focus. God damn it.
That needs to be scanned.
Yeah.
I smell a profile picture.
Maybe. Was that you in high school, Zach?
Huh?
Zach was actually Raichu in high school.
Nah, I don't have any of those books. I only have like 1 year. That's about it.
I still got all my yearbooks somewhere. That's my freshman year.
Yeah, all of mine are at my parents, except for I have my senior year around here somewhere.
Yeah, I just had it out the other day, but any guys got anything else to add, or?
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's just put a bow on this thing. That's a good place to stop with your beautiful
freshman
yearbook
year.
picture. So, Zach, you want to let them know where they can find this podcast? Where else?
Not really.
Fair enough. How about you, Charles?
Well, we're on iTunes, we're on Stitcher, Google Play, and where else? We've got a website, ourparentsbasement.com. We're on the Twitter at ourparentsOPP podcast. We're on the Facebook, which is facebook.com/OPP
podcast.
Yeah. I don't go to there that often. It's bookmarked for me.
We've got Instagram.
We got Instagram, which
We're at OPP podcast on Instagram.
it's full of photos right now. We've got lots and hundreds of. We don't got anything on that right now. Probably just pictures of Turf's cat or something is on there right now. Or my dog.
That's the easiest way to get followers. Post pictures of cats.
Yeah, a cat and a dog.
Hashtag basement cat.
Hashtag basement pup. Yeah, I think I covered everything. Did I?
All right, guys. Well, hey, I appreciate y'all hanging out in the basement.
with us.
I started. We're gonna start a hashtag. I'm gonna start hashtagging everything with basement dwellers and see what happens. So it's better. It was either that or neckbeard, and I really didn't like that. So, all right, guys. Well, I appreciate you hanging out. If you're listening to this, hit up our other whatever. Leave us a comment on the YouTubes. Send us whatever on the Facebook and the Twitters and the emails.
Right, we're just repeating ourselves now.
Well, repetitiveness, people get it. They'll remember it.
Eddie froze.
And turf freezes on the exit.
All right.
But anyway, thank you guys for watching.
Peace.
Tune in next time. See you guys later.